Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from Hellions. It is titled Opera Oblivia and I went into this record with very low expectations. Their last record didn't really impress me at all, and so I really went in expecting just another generic record. They have always sounded much different to the other bands on their label, but at the same time I just felt like they were missing something that would turn them from an alright band into a really good or even great band. And you know what? I was shocked when I heard this record. This record is absolutely fantastic. That missing element I was talking about, they found it on this record. 24, Quality of Life, and Thresher are incredible opening tracks, and they show you exactly what they are doing on this record. There are 3 songs that pretty much have an element of everything that you're going to hear throughout this record. There's still the hardcore Latin stuff, but they've added clean vocals to their songs now, and it's not the typical metalcore clean vocal. It's not that whiny, high-pitched pop vocal that you hear on bands like Amity Affliction and Crown the Empire and all these bands. It's gritty. He's got a low centered voice, so a much lower range than those typical singers, which is so good. It feels like a dude singing, and and even the melodies that he picks in the choruses and even verses throughout this record, they're not the typical pop melody. They're kind of like an alt rock inspired melody that's just much more gritty, much more emotional. Even much more anthemic. It's just really great. But this record is still heavy as fuck. There are still some absolutely great heavy parts to this record. The screaming is still there. The heavy guitars are still there. The fast drumming is still there. Everything is still there, but they've added this element that's just brought those sections to life. Because in their previous records, they'd just be the one note, do the same thing for every song, the whole record. This one, it's absolutely not like that. Bad Way is another rager. Absolutely incredible song. Great drum work going on. Great vocal performance as well. And just an absolute banger. This record is quick as well. It's very short. It is 10 tracks long, but the songs rarely go over 4 minutes. And when they do, they don't feel like they're overstaying their welcome. And this record doesn't feel like it overstays its welcome. There's been a problem with records lately where they always go for too long, and this one is absolutely the perfect length. It leaves you wanting more, which is what you should want, because that means that you're excited for another record. So that's how it left me. I'm very excited for another record from these guys. The vocalist kills it on this record lyrically, and the way he picks his melodies, the way he screams. I'm not sure if they have 2 different vocalists now. I know on their previous records it was just the one guy. I'll have to look into whether he's also doing the cleans, because if he is, he's fucking phenomenal at it, and he picks his melodies really well, as I've already said. The songwriting has improved as well, just so much. As I said, adding that extra element in, it feels like they went into the studio and really knuckled down and tried to make the songs as big and as good as they could be, and instead of just writing the song going, yeah, there's a song, they may have written a song and then worked on it for weeks and weeks to make it perfect, and it really comes through how much more effort it seems that they've put into this record. There are elements of hardcore, there are elements of punk, metalcore, pop punk, alt rock, and even some prog elements in there. Just so much going on in this record that is so fun to listen to, that makes it so much more than just your generic metalcore, I guess you could call it, record. I think you could call this a pop punk record at times, definitely. Songs like Thresher, which is just so pop punk, but good pop punk, not modern day pop punk. There's a big difference there. And there are no generic breakdowns. You know, in those metalcore, post-hardcore songs, how instead of having a bridge, they'll just go into that generic breakdown. There's none of that on this record. Absolutely none, and it is so good to hear. Overall, this is absolutely the best Hellions record they've ever recorded. Absolutely one of the best records of the year. You should definitely be checking it out. The songs are written impeccably, and the elements that they've added to their sound have improved their songs so much. And I can't wait to hear what we're going to see from this band in the future. They have the potential to explode off the back of this record. Some of these songs could be played in arenas. So really, really great record from Hellions. I'm going to give my top 3 tracks now. There would be Bad Way, Quality of Life, and Thresher. 3 absolutely fantastic songs that stand out in a record full of 10 out of 10 songs. So just a brilliant, brilliant record. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Just so good. Thanks for watching my video today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.